This is going to be a love reading for the sign of Capricorn. This is a general love reading, so it may not resonate with every Capricorn watching. So take what you need and leave the rest. We're going to be asking what's going on with you and what's going on with your person that you're thinking about as you watch this reading. And then what is coming up around the bend in the mutual energy. So for Capricorn. I've been a little bit MIA for a few weeks. I apologize for the delay in the reads, but life just got a little hectic. I have a couple of other businesses that I run in spring and summer. So things are still a little bit crazy in this time of year, but I'm going to try to get back to weekly readings. So thanks everybody for being patient. All right, Capricorn. What's going on with you, Capricorn? What is going on with my Capricorns? Okay. Okay, what's going on? Why are you in Nine of Swords? It's like you've got your guard up right now, but you also have this like sort of energy where you want to like rush in, but you're worried. You might be worried. Are you worried that this person has other options? It could be that, or you could be worried about the dialogue that happens between you guys, that you may like need more dialogue with this person to make so that you can feel more open and safe. Hang on, let's see what's going on with your person. That might like sort of light up. Aww. Okay. We'll get a little bit deeper into what might be going on with you in a minute. I just want to see what's going on with your person. For whoever Capricorn is thinking about as they're watching this reading. Too many cards. Why is Seven of Swords here? Why is Seven of Swords here? You might be right. This person might not be. This is really interesting. It's like you guys are both stuck in your heads a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk about this. So yeah, again, for you, it's like you've got your guard up, but your guard is not so high that you don't have space to let somebody in. It's like you're standing behind this wall that you've built because you've been through some hard stuff and you're probably pretty tired of being banged up and banged around. So you've got your guard up somewhat. It's like you've got a willingness to let someone in, but you're being very discerning. But in this connection, you have like an undercurrent of desire to rush in, to rush forward. But what's sort of keeping you held back is that you're in your head. I think due to both of these cards, I would say there's a lack of dialogue possibly between you two. Things that are not being talked about. Things that need to be talked about. Yeah, this is like you having insomnia, sleepless nights, worried about the collaboration between the two of you. Even though Seven of Swords is here, I don't think that this is about a third party on your person's part. I think it has to do with like you have like a desire to come together and talk things out, talk about things that possibly your person has sort of been withholding, because it's like your person feels all this love for you. Like Ace of Cups is like the most love that a human being can feel for another human being. So it's like your person has this abundance of love for you, for sure. But they're not really taking a lot of action. it might be that you want them to take action, because you've got the Chariot right on top of the Two of Wands, and like this person might just be sort of sitting a little bit stagnant and not really moving forward. But it's like, it's because there's something that this person doesn't talk about. But it's like they hold themselves back. It's like, it's not that you're not safe to talk to. They could talk to you about it, but it's like they don't know that. For some reason, they're feeling really bound up. So this is like, you know, your person may not have a good, what do you call it? Like, ability to move through conflict, but I feel like this is conflict within themselves. But that they're unable to talk about, because Seven of Swords can be deceptive. It can be shady. It can be sneaky. But I'm not picking that energy up with this person. What I'm picking up from this card with your person is that, like, they're holding back on saying things to you about, like, their internal world. They're just feeling like super bound up and stuck internally. It might be that this amount of love that they're feeling has got them all like bound up and stuck. It might have them like a little bit tripped up in their head. It may be that they are afraid to tell you how much feelings that they have for you. But this is a person who's pretty stuck in terms of talking about their feelings. It's a person who's pretty bound up. Like, they have the ability on their own. You're not the one keeping this person from dialoguing. This person is keeping themselves stuck from dialoguing, because they could easily remove these cloths and this blindfold. They're just held on by tiny strings, right? So this is very much self-imposed bondage. And for whatever reason, this person is just stuck. They're not talking about it. And I think that's what's got you in your head about collaborating together with this person, because it's almost like they just won't allow themselves to open up and talk about this love that they feel for you. Let's look at what's coming up around the bend, Capricorn, for you and this person. Let's see if there's going to be some movement to this stuck energy on your person's part. It's like, I see on your part, you've got the desire there to drop your guard. Looks like you're both being guarded, but for different reasons. And you've got that desire for movement. But I think that you need your person to open up so that you feel safe to move, because I think right now you don't feel safe. You're kind of behind that wall and you're not sure, because you probably can sense that this person isn't really, you know, opening up and talking to you about their feelings. So let's see. So for Capricorn and their person, we're asking, up to the next few months, what are the possible outcomes? Any advice that Capricorn needs to hear concerning this connection moving forward? Just gonna shuffle one more time so we can get a good, clean read. Okay, I've got Ace of Cups right at the bottom. So there's that abundance of love again. Right off the top, we have still like stuck energy. Let's see where this is going. And this is in the mutual energy. It's just like stuck. I feel like this has been exhausting for both of you. Let's see, do we need any clarity? Oh, I didn't realize the Eight of Wands was out here reversed. Okay, I was thinking this was like sort of good movement, but it's in reverse. So let's see. Why is the Eight of Wands in reverse? Damn, I really wanted that to be upright for future outcomes. I'm being honest, Capricorn. I don't know if I see a lot of change happening in the upcoming energy. Hang on. Okay, what's with this Eight of Cups? It's like, so you've got a Two of Swords. See, there's all this like weird, there's this weird energy about like in the head, but not out loud. In the head, but not out loud. So this is in the mutual energy. So there's still this like stuckness on both sides. This is like a stalemate. This is like a lack of movement. You've got a Two of Cups right at the center of the reading. So it's not that there's a lack of love in this connection. That's not it. That's not the problem. But it's like everybody's so stuck on their respective sides that it just doesn't really look like movement happening here. So this is a stalemate, and this is like both parties just being exhausted at this journey, and sort of like there is this being stuck in the head about like ending this journey. This is really interesting because we're in some interesting planetary like retrograde, full blood moon. Like there's a lot of stuff going on that, you know, it's like a time of people weeding out things from their life that aren't working. And I would say that there's a lot in this reading that speaks to that sort of like, so there's a being stuck in the head about ending this journey, but there's alternating for the both of you. There's alternating between like out of the head and back in the head, and out of the head and back in the head, and just like, but this Five of Swords is like a pretty stuck, worried, in the head energy about the stuckness. There's like stuck. And then it's like at the center, it's like there's a sense about this connection that there's a lot of love shared here, but I just think like in terms of communication and like getting unstuck, I just don't see the movement that would be necessary to like move a connection forward. And we're just talking about over the next few months. Eight of Wands came out, and I thought when it followed the Two of Cups that it was upright, but I noticed afterwards that it's in reverse. So where there would be dialogue and like movement from this stuck energy, that's not what's happening because it's reversed. So there's a failure here to have this dialogue that's needed. There's a lack of dialogue, and there's just being like with High Priestess here, she's here to talk about intuition, but also I would say she's got her eyes closed and she's just all in her head. And you've got Ace of Swords here in this deck. Both of these cards are like so in the head and not, you know, it's like, it's almost like you're both just expecting each other to know what each other's thinking without a willingness to like say it out loud. So I think ultimately there's probably going to be a walking away from this thing. Because this is in the mutual energy, and Eight of Cups. This is turning the back on what's not working and heading towards new possibilities, and sort of like heading towards an Ace of Swords, heading towards a new beginning and clarity. But I don't see it in union with all this stuck energy going on. And then what's kind of wrapping out this reading is a period of recovery. So I would say I don't see movement here. I don't see movement in terms of dialogue and in terms of being unstuck. And I'm sorry, Capricorn, if this is not what you wanted to hear, but I can only tell you what the cards are saying. And so I can't really tell people what to do, but it's almost like what I see here is that there's gonna be like a worn out feeling from this stuckness and a decision to just sort of, you know, cap it off and leave it behind and sort of rest and get well. And you know, it's like Four of Swords she's solitary and her heart is a little bit out of her body. And so she needs to really recover to integrate her heart back into her body. And so between these two cards is an Ace of Swords. So I would say to me, this looks like a solitary new beginning. It doesn't look like in union, although, you know, So this is not to discount the love and the connection, because I feel like there's an immense amount of love, but sometimes love is like not enough to make things work if it's just, if two people are not meeting on the same page. So unfortunately, that's what I see here. And again, this will not resonate with every Capricorn. This might just be speaking to one Capricorn person out there. And man, the readings have been brutal, I have to say, leading up to this full moon and just sort of in this period. Like, it's not always comfortable to read these kind of, to channel these kind of messages for a reader. I'll say, like, it's so much nicer to deliver happy, good outcomes, but you know, the cards are going to tell the truth. And so this is going to be a truth for somebody out there who's watching and connecting with this reading. But it doesn't look like an ending with turmoil. This looks like a thing where there's been, like, it's so exhausting that it's almost a relief to put it down and just take that breath and rest and like come to a place of acceptance. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble finding my words today. Yeah, this is like Four of Swords is kind of like a very calm, peaceful place of recovery, and it's a much softer energy than a Five of Swords. This is like still being engaged in something and being all in the head, and this is sort of more about like a peaceful place of surrender and letting go and willingness to recover from something. So yeah, so that's your reading for today, Capricorn. Sorry it's not, you know, sunshine and roses and all of that, but that's what it is for today. And so if this reading resonated with you, you can feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if it did not, you can always hop over and watch your sun, moon, and rising. You might find more resonance over there. But I want to thank you so much for coming out and receiving this reading today, okay? Take care, Capricorns.